this game might not even exist.
Their company office is a Photoshopped stock image. 50% more experience. They're officially partnered with an R&T website. If that's not something, I can't make this up. Hey guys, it's me again, Nuion. A lot happened since the last video, and I also dig a lot into Quinfall. So there's a couple of small topics I want to talk about, and we're gonna start with the shit show that is the Discord. So in the Quinfall Discord, we have basically 4 camps. Camp 1 being people defending the game no matter what. Camp 2 being people shitting on the game no matter what. Camp 3 being neutral, seeing what's gonna happen and being critical of the game, kinda like what I did. And Camp 4, of course, shitting on Asmongold, because why not? Also, the devs have been talking a lot instead of showing, and it's a back and forth of the devs trying to justify by words instead of showing stuff, and the community roasting them by telling them, yo, you're only telling us things. You're not actually showing us. Like, if you claim that you can handle 10,000 people on your server, why don't you show it? So it's a constantly back and forth. I'm not gonna go too much deep into this. If you join the server, you can see a lot of messages, and it's basically a shit show. Alright, next topic. Of course, we found some more assets. That's the spicy stuff we were looking for, right? Am I turning into the asset find guy? I hope not. We have one more little thing out of the trailers we found, and that is the city. They used the city in a couple scenes. I mean, that's fine. It's really not a big deal, though. It's this pack here. But that's besides the point. Well, it's fun dunking on the game a little bit for the assets they bought. That's not really what it's about, right? As I said before, you can use assets. It's fine. It's if you only have assets. It kind of shows that maybe you don't really care too much about, or you just want to throw together something quick to then make it look good and then sell it. Now, if you go on the official website and you scroll down, and I call these wallpapers for some reason. I don't know why you would do that, but I looked through them, and there's something we noticed. So if you remember in the last video, there was this one part about this little ruin, and even Asmongold pointed it out.
The little notches, see that?
Nice job, team.
Man.
And I found that there's 2 of those. I don't know if they know that they just re-uploaded the same image, just one time it's tinted to blue. But that's what it is. So we know where 2 of them are from. So I'm like, okay, what do these images really show? Do they show features of the game, the combat, the amount of people, the MMO aspect, etc.? No, they don't. What they do show is just places in the game. And as we know, most of these places are bought assets. So yeah, I digged in again and I found like around half of them. But I didn't want to continue more because, man, it's a pain to really find, looking through every store, looking through like small landmarks and comparing them. It's an annoying process. But for example, all the red screenshot here, the little cave, and these 2 dungeons, if you click them, what's easy to see here is these double skull pillars. On the other one, you can also see, the double skull pillars everywhere. So yeah, we found it, of course. It's here. Also, few more into the video of that cave, I actually found this thing here. You can tell by the triple plank, right? It's basically this part. They just made it more red and orange. So I'm like, okay, what is the point of this? Get to know the unique world of Quinfall, created with Unity with images. Okay, whatever. The texting is always a little weird. What they effectively do, they buy the asset, slap it into the engine, make a screenshot, color correct it. So what's the point of that? You're not showing your game, you're not showing something you created, something you're proud of. You literally buy an asset that is, by the way, from 2015, paste it in, and now say, oh look, our world is so beautiful. This is the exact problem I have with this game. Why show this? There's no benefit for you showing this. Yes, you want to show the world, whatever, but like there's nothing you created here. It's baffling. It's baffling to me. Also, this Arabic themed stuff here. This is this pack. Every little pack has its unique style to it. And if you just buy a bunch, they don't fit together at all. So let me show you two that I noticed that don't fit together at all. It's specifically this one. This one looks really high quality, right? It says actually really nice. As you can see here, the good lighting, the textures and everything. Looks more like Unreal Engine and Unity. But then you have this part here, and this looks like low poly, weird lighting. It does not fit. It looks like a completely different game. This looks like on the level of Skyrim, but even worse. While this one looks more like a, you know, ingrained modern AAA game. So this is a big problem. The last one we found was this specific one here. This is just a Viking pack. I think there's nothing else than just, again, they throw the asset out and that's it. And if you want to compare it, you can see the sail at the top. It's like blue-orange. There's a little gap in between. Yeah, it's basically just from the other side behind that boat taken that screenshot. I just want to show you how easy it is to do this. All right, we're in a Unity asset store. We're going to just type in something you want to see. Or maybe a dungeon. Sure. And then we're going to go for, like, you can see these are good, but they cost money. So we're going to go free asset. They're going to be a little bit worse, but that's fine. Sort by rating. Decrepit Dungeon Light. Alright, perfect. Small little dungeon. Perfect. We're going to click add to our assets. We accept the terms. We're going back. Okay, now we're in Unity. This is a project I actually used myself. So we're going to go window, package manager. And we're going to assign dungeon. Alright, it should pop up because we added it to our assets. Now this should load it in. Yep. The Decrepit Dungeon. We're going to download this. There you go. Import. As you can see, all the content is already here. I'm going to click import again. So as you can see, all the PNGs, all the materials, and the models are getting added. All the prefabs too. Literally, I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting here. Here, Decrepit Dungeon. And that's the thing. Look, we're going to use the example because I'm pretty sure that's what Quinfall does. These are often like made to be like, see, as you can see, for example, there's like prefabs and stuff for doors. But there's often like an example we don't have to do shit. All right, so we're going to go in here. We're going to make the screenshot like this. All right, we're going to just pop out the scene window real quick. Oops. See, we didn't do any work within the game engine at all. As you can see, it's animated and everything. So we're going to put the scene window up here. And we're going to screenshot the whole thing. Opening Photoshop. As you can see, I didn't touch anything within the game engine. The only thing you need to have is half the game engine installed. That's about it. Anything else is like whatever. Alright, we paste our screenshot in. We're going to adjust it the way you want it to look. Make sure that none of these like funny things are in there. There we go. Something like that. And there, for some reason, did color correction, so we're just going to do that too. Let's say I want to do it more red or more green. Let's just do it more like orangey red. Maybe a little bit more like that. And then, there you go. We can also just adjust a little bit the brightness. Put the contrast, like so to see a little bit better. And then maybe we can do a little bit of a vibrance thing here. And saturation. And there you go. I'm just gonna export this as a PNG just to rub it in even more. We're actually gonna replace it on the website locally. So we're just gonna go to Imgur. It's the website I can upload it real quick. Upload my dungeon image. Open in a new page. There we go. Now you have a link to our dungeon. And we go to Quinfall page. We inspect element. We took maybe this one, but since we already know it's doubled here, we go in here. As you can see, the image source is right here. So the only thing we have to do is go on there, replace it. And there we go. That's our dungeon. Now we officially also that I think we probably need to replace it as well here. Nope, that's it. There we go. We just successfully did the work that they did. And actually we improved it because they had uploaded the same image twice. So do you notice that this is different? I don't. It looks perfect. So I click it. There you go. And then, you know, that's how easy it is. Yes, you need like some imaging editing software or whatever. But does this look out of place for this website? No. So there you go. We got that out of the way. Let's talk about some weird anomalies we found. So one thing is on Reddit that I'm not going to go too much into because it's kind of dry. But if you want to, there's a lot of things up here. The main thing I want to talk about real quick is this. So they actually used a stock photo and photoshopped their company name on it and put it on the website. The funny thing is they removed that, and I was actually recording while researching for this video. So it looked like this. Who are we? What is Quinfall? And then I refreshed the page after Viceroy was like, yo, they removed it. I'm like, no way they actually removed it. I clicked that, there it is. That's how it looks right now too. So yeah, that's one of the weird anomalies. So are they like scared about it? What is really happening? I don't really know. Another thing that's maybe worthy to look at is this post here. Basically them almost one-to-one copying Black Desert Online's UI for the HP, mana, and energy. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, it is what it is. Another anomaly I found was on Twitter. They posted some really weird posts, like extremely weird. They posted about their classes. If you look at this, the texting makes no sense. I'm not gonna read everything, but I'm just gonna highlight one sentence here. These warriors use their axes to inflict wounds and bleeding effects on their enemies. Blood masters bleed their enemies, weakening them over time and causing them to bleed to death. What? Like, and then at the bottom it says again, that class include two different subclasses. Blood masters inflict wounds and bleeding effect on their enemies. It's like you said that like 4 times within 2 sentences. There's another thing we have to look at, and that is the wiki of the game. They added a small wiki somewhat recently, and it has some weird things. For example, they on accident leaked the size of the game. We don't know when the screenshot was made and what version and whatever, but 34 gigabytes, I don't know, take that with a grain of salt. Now we're gonna get to the super spicy stuff. All right, you getting ready for? Oof, you'll see. We're gonna start with what was the previous game, because I was really interested in how did they handle the previous game and do we see a repeated pattern for the new game? And I can tell you one thing. It seems like we're going into the exact same path after all. So the previous game was called Kayra Online. It was Turkish only. It was in beta access. It never released. And one big thing, it had a cash store. A cash store for a beta game. I'm like, that is really weird. Right? I was very confused about that. I looked everywhere to find this cash store, how much it was and how bad it was. And before I found it, I found a post about it. This is an official post from the devs about Kayra Online. Kayra Online will be a free game. We will not allow the products in the store to affect the strength of the characters. This is the point we are most meticulous about. There will be no pay-to-win product sales, and unnecessary interventions will be made to ensure the in-game economy is properly maintained. Keep in mind, this is all in Turkish, auto-translated. The products in the store generally consist of products that will not increase the appearance of the character, whatever that means, or the power against other players. Okay, how pay-to-win is this? I needed to find out really badly. And I found it. There's one YouTuber who actually talked about the pay-to-win aspect and opened it, and I put it through the mobile translate app, and there's bronze, silver, and gold packages. and they're just as bad as you think, and the gold package gives you up to 50% more experience. And clan money, and the fees are lower, and bag expansions, and warehouse expansions, etc, etc. Everything you could think of. I could not figure out how much these prices are. There's like their own currency, as always, secondary currency that everybody hates. I could not for the life of me figure it out. But here comes the super spicy thing. Look at what it says in the top right. Arena something. That is the old company name. That's fine. But the thing next to it. BuyNoGame.com. A website. And I was like, what could that website be? I open it up. It still exists. It's a reselling and RMT site. So they're officially partnered, or were partnered on their old game with an RMT website. And yes, they also send Lost Ark gold, so this is a reason why Lost Ark is so shit. Do you really want to support an MMO? That is the reason? Supporting or getting paid by a company that is actively ruining other MMOs? Take that as you will. And I also found a Facebook post, them being officially partnered more or less, saying, hey, you can buy Kayra Online stuff on Buy Now Game. So first of all, that is really bad and a really bad outlook. The other thing is, why are you selling gold on a third-party site when you can just buy it in the game shop? As a developer with an MMO, why would ever work together with an RMT website? RMT websites destroy MMOs, they don't help them out. But I don't know what they're all about. Also, every Turkish streamer I can find playing these really shitty MMOs, they were all sponsored by Buy Now Game. In fact, Buy Now Game has 64,000 partnered streamers. If you really want to know how good this company is, here's an image what I believe is the CEO posing in front of a Buy Now Game credit card. And this is the kind of level this company is. If that's not something, I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. If this is not something, then they also, conveniently enough, excluded themselves from the Wayback Machine in case they ever got into drama. There's nothing like to look at, which I also found very suspicious. Okay, so how does this link back to Quinfall, besides it just being the same people, being almost the same like lifespan of the game, what happens? Well, there's one thing is, first, they said all the betas were free. That got changed. Now it says the first beta will be free, but that's the one under NDA. Every other beta will be paid, but we don't know anything about the game now at that point because it was under NDA. So it's basically know nothing, pay for beta. So this is a good old money grabber. This is definitely something that grabs money and lets people want to get in from their, in my opinion, fake trailers. Also gave us one more critical information. It showed the menu. Which button do you think this MMO has? That every MMO has. A big, shiny button normally. It's not as shiny in this one, but you know exactly what is coming. It says store. So yeah, get ready for paid beta with a cash shop, because they pulled this before. I will speculate that they will do it again. Maybe they will pull back after this video, or if Asma reacted to it, or something like that. So anyway, thanks guys for the huge amount of support. You guys gave roughly over 1,000 subs, and I only had 2,000 accumulated over 6 years within one day. You guys are crazy. Also, everybody's super nice. I only heard positive things, and the one guy that had something negative to say, everybody was defending me. Which is fine, you guys don't need to defend me, I can defend myself. And there's some more things I want to talk about, more about the development aspects, not Quinfall specific, but more like MMOs, do's and don'ts, why some things should be shown more, why some things should not be shown. So yeah, I hope you see you guys around, and see you until the next video.